Cottage. My name is Hannah. I'll be your host today, and this is the 12th episode of The Cottage, or 13th. 12 was the last one. This one's the 13th. So let's get right on in today. We don't have any admin. You might hear some background noise. I have the window open because it feels really nice outside today, and it's just not nice. It's just nice not to have to turn on the air. This isn't making any sense. Either the heater or the AC. It's just nice having the window open. Although for the rest of the country, they're all in a blizzard. Go figure. Thanks, Texas. And you might also hear some noise in the background. My husband is home and is listening to his YouTube channels that he likes to watch. So we'll see. Let's start off with no admin today. We don't, oh, I almost forgot. Where can you find me? Ooh, I'm doing good at this already. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Ravelry as Hannah's Catchall Cottage. The Ravelry is a group. If you want my individual Ravelry page, it is under KetsyGirl33. I'm most active on Ravelry and Instagram, so come on down, say hello, or watch a story. On Ravelry, we have the group, which it's not very active right now, but I think it's just because it's a small group. There's just not much going on in a small group. That's what happens. But go, join, maybe add to the conversation. Let's see here, what else? Oh, yeah, that's all admin. I will be discussing my box of socks that I finished. I'll be showing all my socks, although some of them are a little worn already because it's been cold here in Texas, which I will get to in the blah 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 section later. Let's dive on in with what am I wearing. This dress is not handmade, although I did alter it a bit. It's just a simple black sleeveless shirt dress. But I am wearing my Isolde Teague. I forgot the name of the pattern. Strucker? I'm butchering the name. It's Struckur, something like that. I think that's how you spell it. I'll leave a link in the show notes on Ravelry. But yeah, this was my first full sweater, not a cardigan, that I knit last year. Y'all have probably seen it on the podcast if you're a longtime viewer. I really enjoyed it. It's made with John Arbin double knit by numbers, the DK weight, which although this pattern I think was for worsted, but I went ahead and did it in the DK, and it's perfect because it doesn't get as cold here in Texas, but when we do have our chilly days, this is perfect. It's one of my favorite sweaters, as you can tell, because it needs a nice gleaning, which I don't have a gleaner, so anyone want to send me one in the mail? Feel free to ask for my address. Otherwise, I've been on the lookout for Amazon deals for a gleaner. That is all for that, obviously, because that's what I'm wearing. Let's dive right into works in progress. So, let's see here. Okay, the one you saw last time was my Dream Stripes shawl, which is coming along nicely. It's still, oh, it's all tangled. And I'm mid-row, which is naughty, Hannah. You're not supposed to show stuff mid-row. Oh well. I'm getting really close to the lace. I think I've got maybe 10 more stripes, less than 10, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly. It's once you reach a certain number of stitches on the needles, and you know, it's just a nice little shawl. I'm doing this on size 5 Chagu, which I think you're supposed to do it on a 6 actually, but I kind of liked the fabric of the 5 better. The yarns are both Cascade Heritage. One is in their barber pooling, I don't remember the exact, and the other one's just a plain Jane 100% merino. Is that the... I don't even have the right tag in there. I have my Barnell Yarns Progress Keeper stitch marker on here, my little blue owl. Thanks, Enid, as always. And yeah, it's just, this has been my car knitting because it's just simple, back and forth knit, purl. Don't have to think about it, although I am getting close to the lace part, but it looks like a fairly easy lace. So I think I'm going to keep this as my car knitting. Not while I'm driving. When I'm parked, I work on this. Yes. Like if I'm waiting at the, like recently I worked on it while I was waiting to get my tires fixed. I work on it on my lunch breaks in my car because I don't want to socialize with people. Who does that? Oh yeah. So yes, that is probably my oldest project, which is currently on the needles. Let's see what else I'm into. I'm going to talk about that one last because that one's really exciting. So I also decided this year for 2018 I need to work more on ready-made stuff for the shop. Some of y'all might know I have an Etsy shop where I sell things that I make. Most of it is handmade goods like hats and scarves and blankets and things like that. A few other smattering of items. Plus my patterns are also available on my Etsy shop as well as my Ravelry, which these are always linked in down below and on the Ravelry groups. So you can find this wherever you find me, pretty much. There's even a link in my Instagram, really cool. I found this thing called Linktree where you can do a bunch of different links to different websites, but you only have to press, because you can only have one website link on Instagram. So that thing's pretty cool, like Linktree. Not sponsored. But I realized I need some more. I haven't done a lot on there recently, although to be fair, I haven't had a lot of sales on there recently. I've had pattern sales, yes, so that's cool. But I think I just need to update some of the current ready-made items. So I thought I'll just have one project going in the background, something simple. I even had y'all vote on it on the Instagram stories. So the top contenders were the bow tie scarf and the cable crochet hat. So I am working on a bow tie scarf. I just started it yesterday, the day before, something like that. I haven't dedicated too much time to it. I think I'm doing it in the wrong needle size according to the pattern, which it is a free pattern and I do have permission to sell, so we're good. I stick to the rules. This is in a, I feel, based on the way it feels, it's not red heart, it is acrylic. I think it's a Michaels Impeccable, something like that. They're the Michaels brand of loops and thread, their yarn. So I'm doing it on a size 8. I think you're supposed to use a 7, but I didn't want to. So, you know, tomato, tomato, right? It'll be fine. It's a scarf. It's not like it's anything like a sweater or something that needs a little more specific. So that is my current Etsy project. Hopefully I'll be able to share some of these on here before they get swept out of the shop. Maybe. So yes, plain Jane, simple. It'll be a bow tie scarf, super cute. Would have been super cute with this. Plain Jane acrylic yarn. Because it's sturdy. And people who don't have a lot of hand knits need to be able to wash their stuff. It's in my head. Sorry, I don't have like a table. It's just all on the ground. So I keep having to bend really low to pick everything up. The next project is a brand new project. Y'all saw the yarn. I'm super excited about this. So, a little backstory though. I started this project and I got most of the way through it. Probably at least over a quarter of the way through it. Definitely over a quarter. And then it wasn't fitting right. So I had to rip it back all the way, like completely start over. I thought I was going to have to get new needles, but I actually had, weirdest thing ever, I had a yarn shop owner convince me not to buy needles. Good shop owner, because that means you really care about the end result of your customers' projects, which I appreciate so much. Without further ado, let's get into the pumpkin spice mittens. These are the pumpkin spice latte mittens. Pumpkin spice latte PSL mittens by the lovely Ellie of Skein Knits. She is a mitten genius. Her original ones are in white and orange. I decided to do brown and orange just because I liked the, you know, retro 70s vibe. Not really. No, I just thought the brown would look more latte-like. But I had to have the orange, obviously, because of the pumpkin. Hello. The only modifications I'm going to do is there's a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern looking thing on the thumb. I don't want to show you the pattern, but it kind of comes up on the thumb here, sort of. And I don't really like jack-o'-lanterns for personal reasons, so I'm just going to turn it into another pumpkin. That's my only thing that I'm doing different. I am knitting, well, actually, I take that back. I'm doing two things different. I'm knitting these on size 2, which according to her gauge instructions should put me at like a men's large, but it actually puts me at like a women's small, so I guess I have a really tight gauge, which I didn't know this before. I find it kind of funny. Yeah. So this is me starting over. I had about this much. There's a cup here, and I had all of the cup knit before I realized it was just a smidge too tight. So according to the way she writes the patterns, you change your mitten size based on your gauge. Well, I guess since my gauge is so tight, I thought, okay, well, I was knitting these on a 2. I'll go up to a 3 since, you know, give me a little wiggle room and this and that. They didn't have any 3s at the shop. I was debating about going to a 2.5. Talked to the shop owner. He suggested that I add in 1 row of stitches all the way up on each side, so giving me 4 extra stitches, which somehow I did the math wrong and it's coming out to 3 extra stitches, but that's okay. Along both sides of the chart here going up, you can picture the mitten, classic Norwegian mitten. This is the front, so 2 extra, just so I was like, oh, that's easy, just add 1 extra brown on each side, not a big deal. Same thing on this side, 2 extra on each side, which for some reason, like I said, I did the math a little bit wrong, miscounted. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but so I think it'll be 1 extra on this side and the same according to pattern on this side, which I don't think is going to be too much of a difference. It's a very busy pattern on the palm, so I'm not worried about anybody really noticing it. That is my plan of action. So these are my pumpkin spice mittens. I'm very excited. They're my first colorwork mittens. I'm not 100% sure if I want to enter them in the Skein Knits is hosting a mitten along, sort of, colorwork mitten along. Not a box of mittens, but a mitten along. Watch her podcast if you want to see the explanation on that. But I don't think I'm going to quite do that, but I am excited that hers are the first colorwork mittens that I'm going to try. And as cold as it's been here in Texas recently, I need to bust these puppies out because I want to be able to use them this year. The yarn is Cascade 220 fingering. There is no, it's just plain Jane merino wool. There's no superwash, which she recommends because she says a sticky wool, non-superwash wool makes a better mitten because it helps your color work stick together when you are doing it. And there's no gaps between your colors, which makes sense. I have that a little bit in here on my sweater. As you can see, there's color work on here, but I don't think it's too bad because it's such a thick yarn for the sweater. For a fingering weight, yes, I could definitely see that happening. So these are coming along nicely. They are one of my entries for the Self-Indulgent Knit Along hosted by the Yarniacs podcast, which is an audio podcast. You can find them on, I find them on the podcast thing on iTunes. I can't think of what it's, the podcast thing on iTunes, right? That's right, yeah. I don't know. So yes, those are awesome, and I'm super excited, and I think those should definitely be finished by the next time I podcast. Now, into the big kahuna. So excited. Yes, I was a Gadget fan as a kid. I still am, even though it's not in my age group. Anyways. So, we saw all these, oh gosh, they're falling everywhere. These, the blue's tangled everywhere. These lovely gorgeousness. Oh, they're so soft. Ah, and they smell wonderful. So, as you might be able to guess, if you watched the last podcast, I've started my exploration station. And I love it. I'm having an accidental knit along with some friends of mine too, which just kind of makes it just fun. I know I talked about possibly doing a knit along with all of these, but I just got too excited, jumped right in. This is what I have so far because I do not have a long needle, and it's all squishy. Oh, I love it. Look how gorgeous this thing is turning out to be. Oh. So all of my yarns are working out great together. One thing I didn't realize when I purchased my yarn, such a goofball. This one by my by the lovely Heavenly Fiber Studio. Yes, Heavenly Fiber Yarns Studios. Yarns. Heavenly Fibers. Lincoln Ravelry. It's everything's supposed to be a fingering, and somehow I got a DK. So it's a tad thicker than the rest, which you don't notice when they're all in their hanks, but I definitely started to notice when I began knitting on it. And at that point I was like, you know what? Just go with it, right? It's a shawl. Just go with it. What's the big deal, right? Ah. Such a dimwit. But other than my mistake, which I don't care about, and I'm willing to live with, this, I don't know why everybody has one of these. I could possibly knit this again. It was so much fun so far. I loved these short rows. They're just like potato chips. Even though I don't like potato chips, but that's what they call it, right? Potato chippy patterns where you just can't help but keep going and going and going. One more row. It's gorgeous. I love the way these colors are working together. I mean, so let me go through the colors again. This gray, which is my kind of contrasting, breaking up color. This one is charcoal, cinders or charcoal, I can't remember what exactly the name is. It's by Panorama Fibers. Notebook projects, because I have to look at my project page to figure out what the heck I'm working with. Oi, Panorama Fiber Arts Passport Fingering in their cinder. I was right, cinder colorway. That's kind of my color A that kind of breaks up everything in here. Color B is this gorgeous piece of loveliness by Barn Owl Yarns, and their silky single ply, I'm so sorry, and their silky single ply succulent. Oh my goodness. FYI, Enid, you're a genius, and I love you, and this yarn is amazing, and I might have to steal a soldier's quantity. Not steal, I'll pay for it, because you're an independent business. Yes. Next color is the Heavenly Fire. Oh gosh, this guy is like all over the place now, isn't he? 2 seconds. Let's get you back into order here. Oh my gosh, it really is like everywhere. How did he come so undone? Okay, this is my color C in the Heavenly Fibers. Oh gosh. Heavenly Fiber, Silky DK in the Lone Star Blue colorway. And then last but not least, the Twisted Owl Fiber Studio in the Mirage colorway, which, oh gosh, look at this color. I love it. I loved it in the hank, but I love it even more skeined up. The white really just kind of pops. And knit up. Oh, look at how gorgeous those colors are. I'm in love. I'm so in love. So yes, this is my first ever brioche. Can we talk about brioche? I'm over here texting friends going, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this. This is intimidating. I've never done brioche before. Why was I so scared? It's a breeze. Once you get the hang of it. I should have probably done a practice run, because if you're savvy, you'll spot my mistakes down here where I didn't quite do something right. And the shaw stitch. Kind of put the shaw in front, more like a bandana rather than behind the stitch. But only for like a couple rows and a half, sort of. Yeah, I finally figured out what I was doing and went, oh, I need to do it this way. So yes, but I love, actually, and it's funny because I did it in with the fingering and the DK, but it's so cool because it like has this like extra squishy factor, and it just looks how cool that looks, and on both sides, it looks amazing. I love the way this knit up. It is so fantastic. The colors, oh, I love these colors together, but seeing them in brioche just brings them in a whole new light. It's, oi, it is so exciting. So, I am, oh gosh, I'm pulling stitches. Ah! Okay, I fixed it. Bad knitting needles. This is, I don't know if this is a problem for any of y'all, but I have this charm bracelet, and I have a knitting needle charm on here, and my knitting needle charm always catches on my real knitting. It's a problem. I'm not complaining though. So, I think the next, I'm working on the third section next. I haven't started it yet because I wanted to restart my mittens. that I am in love. It's just gorgeous. Okay, oh, and we gotta move Progress Keeper, which is my little okay, so apparently I was talking and none of this got recorded. Ah! Okay. Third time's the charm, right? Mercury's dropping. Don't like Mercury. Yes, I'm just going through this really quick. Socks number 4. Waters Run Deep socks in the Knit Pick Stroll. I don't remember the colorway. These are socks number 5, just plain Jane, and oops. Oh well. Oy. Man, I am going through this fast. Okay. Deja Blue socks, which have never been worn. The first never been worn socks in the set. They still smell like sheep. I used leftovers from the Heavenly Fibers and the Knit Pick Stroll, which I really love the way those look together. Super cute. Next are the On the Road socks, which are covered in dog hair. And the yarn is a Patton's Croy sock yarn. I don't remember the colorway name. They came out a little short, but I used the whole ball, so 50 grams was the requirement, with a distinct heel, leg cuff, foot, distinct sections, which I think those are pretty distinct, so my opinion. Rag top, which are covered in dog hair, because he wants to be close to me. Yeah, same Patton's Croy. Socks number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Socks number 8. Socks number 9 are the just camping socks, which I had to finish off in a different color because I really cut it close. I started these on the camping trip and finished these on the camping trip. So proud. They're kind of ankle, but like I said, I literally had to finish it off in another yarn because I ran out of yarn. What am I to do? Did my best. Did my best. So those are socks number 9. Socks number 10 are more leftovers. Reversed. Again, really cutting it close on the balls. Again, how many times do I have to say these colors? They're like for the socks. Socks number 11 are my Cloverfield socks, which are this awesome marled pair. Again, a whole ball of the Patton's Croy. Went back, found some colors I hadn't gotten before. Socks number 11. Hold on, we're almost there, people. Wait for it. Oh gosh, the pile is falling. And the last pair that I finished a week before the end of the year, go Hannah, awesome, are the Best of Blue socks. Again, another Patton's Croy. I don't know why some of these, the balls, they're all the same. They're all 50 grams, but some of them came out with shorter socks. Exact same stitch count, exact same My Vanilla recipe. I don't understand why they're coming out different. Like why some of them seem to have more yarn in them than others. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. But these are gorgeous, and hubby has requested a pair to match. I do love this colorway too. It's, I don't know, it's just different. It's not quite your usual striping. It's just got this random section in here, which I like. I like it. It's cute. They're cute. So these are the last, they're my 12th pair. I finished 12 socks in 2019. 2017. I am so proud of myself. Let's take a look. Oh my god. Oh, dog hair. Look at all of them. From start to finish. Like, this half, though, to be honest, was completed in like 3 months. I should have been more on top of this. If I hadn't done so many patterns, I probably could have like busted out way more if I was really trying. So this, I'm not doing one this year. This was quite an accomplishment, so I'm happy with this. Not going to do another box of socks for myself, but I am going to do a smaller version for hubby. He deserves some knit socks now, and I am covered in dog hair. Okay, so what was the... Yeah, that was the huge, big Kahuna, wasn't it? All the box of socks. It's a lot. It's a lot of socks. My toes will be very warm right now. That's why they're being worn. So that my toes can be warm. So to the... Oh, I feel like I have dog hair all over my face. Also, I ate a cookie, so that's why my lipstick's messed up, and I just didn't bother fixing it after I came back from the battery charging. I just don't trust that this... That was weird. Okay, so now on to the blah blah blah. It's been cold in Texas. So since I last recorded, it snowed. I mean, it snowed in Texas. Crazy. Before it snowed in New York, but that's okay because currently while I'm filming this, New York is going through a horrible blizzard. So I'll take our 5-6 inches that we got, you know, which is like nothing compared to what they're getting right now. Yeah, intense. But I've been loving it. It's gotten into the 30s and the 20s, and I think one night it was scratching on the teens, but didn't quite get there. So it's been really cold in Texas, which is unusual for Texas. Like I said, I'm totally enjoying it though. Just happily knitting away and trying to stay busy, and which I'm really busy. I'm always really busy. So that should be nothing new to y'all. Keep up with me on my Instagram if you want to see the little out and about stuff I'm doing. A lot of it's on there. So yeah, I think that's all. Oh, news, I will be doing another Doctor Who Cal. Again, same concept. You start your project on the day the first episode of the season airs. We'll finish the Cal through until a couple weeks after the last episode airs. Very open. You can crochet, knit, weave, spin, or sew. I'm going to add sewing in there, even though... Yeah, even though I normally wouldn't. But I'm going to go ahead and add it in there. I feel like let everybody participate. Do a make-along. No whips is the only thing, and you have to be able to explain how it relates to Doctor Who, whether it's a project for a cosplay costume, or if it's a project that's, you know, it's a TARDIS, or like my Amelia pond socks. The pattern was Come Along Pond, so you just have to be able to relate it. I'm super lenient as far as that goes. Any size, you can do as many projects as you want, but one post per the finished objects page. I can go into details on that later as it gets closer, but just keep that in mind. Doctor Who Cal, it will be happening again. So, start looking, start planning, get the word out, tell your friends. Yeah, I think that's it. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy making. Thank you for watching. Please like the video or subscribe if you'd like to keep up with this. It was very nice having you here today. Stay warm if you're cold, or stay cool if you're in a hot climate. That was dog hair. That was weird. Okay, I need to get into some sweatpants. I've been in this dress for too long today. Thank you very much for joining me on my crazy antics, and have a nice day. Goodbye from the cottage.